Hey guys, Alban here. Welcome back for more Bleach 1000-Year Blood War. Cour 3 is finally here, and we're going to go ahead and jump into this episode, guys. If you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And with that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 27. Here we go. I love the use of color in this. I just always love when like that's done as like an artistic choice like that, because it's just the eyes and some aspects of their weapons. Yo. Yeah. Let's go. Dude, I can't wait to see what they do with this. Soul King. Man, her Bankai is still fucking insane. One would think, one would hope, but it is not that simple. These Quincy's are not to be underestimated. Wow. Forgot what this was like, man. It's so wild. It's just like haunting. Like it's like a fucking haunted house coming to life and just consuming you. Wow. It's probably one of the more visually striking Bankais, too. Man, a good chunk of this so far has been a recap, but still, I need it. It's been a while. I'm not upset about it. King of bugs. How it doesn't matter. There it goes. Wow.
90年を経て理智を取り戻し9年を経て力を取り戻す陛下は平時目を閉じて戦っておられた
Yeah, he hasn't been using his abilities at all up until this point.
力の9年が終わらぬうちに目を開けば陛下の力は制御を失ってしまうだが陛下が今目を開かれた力の9年は終わった
What awful timing.
陛下は真の力を取り戻されたのだ陛下の目はこれから起こる全てを見通し知ることができるそして陛下が知られた力で陛下を倒すことはできないシュリフトは A クインシーの王にふさわしきそのお力の名は
All-knowing. All the Almighty. And everybody along with him levels up. Let's go. The floor is lava, buddy. Keep going. God, I love this battle arena. It's so wicked. It's just pouring hollows on him. Man, I'm so glad still to this day, and I've said this a bunch up until this point, about how little I remember about how 95% of this plays out. Squad Zero really is something else, man. Like, their powers are just wild and interesting. I would have loved to have seen everybody's Bankai, not just one of theirs, but I understand the reasoning why we can't have such joys in our lives. For a second, I was going to say, if I see that to be continued, I'm going to flip out. Dude, the visuals in this are fucking fantastic. Oh! Holy shit! Wow. God, just how quickly they can Uno reverse their opponents is wild when this shit pops off. Oh my god, Ichibei. You died 3 steps short. Wow. That was so wild, man. Again, the visuals. Zero Squad has fallen. There it is. Oh, whoa. Oh, god damn. Let's check out the ending now, I guess. That was a really good oop, I forgot. We have these little end things. I almost pieced out there. Yeah, you are correct about that. Oh my god, his head right beside his foot. Wow. Oh, well, goddamn. What would have happened otherwise? Well, there we go. It all comes down to Ichigo. Dude, I can't wait. My father. God damn! That was so good. Oh. I don't know, man. I love it. I love it so much. And I've talked about this up until this point. If you've been watching my reactions to 1,000 Year Blood War up until this point, you've heard me say it 100 times. I didn't like the manga. I didn't like reading it. Just to be clear, I mean the arc, not the entire manga. I really enjoyed the manga all the way up until this arc. I just really did not like reading the 1,000 Year Blood War arc at all. I just, the way everything paced out, I just could not in the least find myself interested in just anything more than just needing to keep reading in order to just know how the series concluded. But ever since it was animated, we're getting this additional context, this flavor, this life breathed into it like this. A completely 180 for me on this entire arc. And I've been having such a blast seeing it unfold. The time spent animating this and doing these visual upgrades, and just like the way things have evolved and escalated in everybody's power sets, the types of bankais, the types of abilities that we are facing off against, you know, just these visually striking battles that we were seeing, even if you could even call them that. You know, her bankai, her loom world, like that illusionary haunted house reality she created for them, was just so visually striking, engaging, rich, different, and it takes the battle into a different place than just swinging around a couple of bigger swords or something like that. I do love that too, but I like when we kind of shake it up, because TK comes up with some wild abilities. I mean, hell, just coming up with Ichibe's ability by itself is insane. Just these off-the-wall powers that come into play, how they are used, how they affect things on more than just a physical level, and then how he started to enact that final ritual that was going to absorb and turn him into nothing but black, so that every bit of him would be controlled and manipulated by his abilities, and he would be put to eternal rest or whatever was going to happen before that. But unfortunately, with the Almighty, if he knows it, he can circumvent it. The rest of it just falls into place. Once he knows a thing, it can't harm him anymore. Again, I keep using it because with Bleach, I mean, it's an anime thing for sure, but I feel like it's the most appropriate in Bleach is the classic Uno reverse. When he's like, you're gonna die. He literally no-you'd him. He's like, nah, you. Boof! And he just exploded, popped like a balloon into just limbs and blood. Walked right past him, broke the seal, has ascended to the Soul King's chamber, and stabbed the Soul King. He's stabbed, doesn't mean he's immediately dead yet, so we got time to work with. But now, with Squad Zero completely destroyed, we got a little taste of Uryu's power yet again, the way they swapped places. And she was entangled in her own bankai, for that matter. He just popped her one right in the chest. It's crazy how, you know, the only reason this had been a fight up until this point was because Yhwach, who had not awakened his full power yet. That final segment of time had not passed from the rhyme. So he's been fighting with a handicap this entire time. Now, they did mention that he could have opened his eyes early, but he wouldn't have had any control over his power. So he did maintain his patience, waited until they were ready, and once he did, he just undid everything. Half of this episode was basically recapping the last little bit from the last season, so we didn't get a lot of new ground in this episode. We got a new opening and new close, which were both pretty fucking fire, visually and audibly. I loved the music that they went for that, but I loved the visuals for both, especially setting the stage for a lot of the things that are going to be playing out in the subsequent episodes. But, you know, again, I forget, because we still have this and then a whole other Cour, and I know they're adding stuff. You know, the last couple have been very one-to-one for the manga, from my understanding. I have reread up until where Cour 3 ended. I didn't want to refresh myself while I was watching everything. Figured it'd be more fun if I didn't remember what I'm watching, because it'd just make for more fun reactions, I think. So I haven't refreshed on anything up to that. And correction, I've only read what Cour 1 and 2 have covered. I haven't read this, because this is Cour 3. Misspoke there. So I haven't caught up to any of this. I haven't read this far yet again. You know, I did read it years when it originally released. The moment we got the translations on our side of the pond, I was reading it. But that was so long ago, and again, my interest was so very not there that I retained very little about how a lot of this stuff plays out. Again, I think an accurate representation of how much I remember is about 5%. I think about 5, maybe 10% of this have I remembered at all. So this has been a fun ride. I can't wait to see what they do here. But again, coming back to the point of that, because I kind of diverged there while I was talking about it, is that we have 2 whole cores. You know, we opened just like this and he just stabbed the Soul King. We know that they've adapted things kind of one for one up until this point, but they did say that they are expanding a lot in this core. You know, we saw new scenes or new fights that didn't happen in the manga. Even the fights that did happen, they said they are going to try to amp those up. You know, they're not going to be as one-to-one like they were in the last one. You know, because some of the fights were beat to beat, swing to swing, slash for slash, you know, and they're trying to like see if they can go beyond. They're trying to push the limits of. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. But the point being, I feel like if we're just looking at manga chapters, we don't have a lot of runway. So I don't know how they're getting 2 whole cores out of this. That just makes me wonder how much material are they adding that TK was not originally able to add when writing this, which is fun. That is exciting. I'm glad that he's getting to come back around and put a lot of these things in there because he was just too crunched for time between his health issues, stuff going on in his life and in the world, and just, of course, deadlines. You know, having these obligations and a lot of stuff had to get cut out. I'm really excited to see what they do with this. We're back with more Bleach, but guys, what do you think? Clarify anything that maybe I got wrong. I would love to hear from you guys. I always love learning from you guys that have probably kept up with it a lot more than I have over the years. So sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherry, Your Korskov, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Sam Oyer. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.